Hello everyone, my name is SH Monsterarts, and today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2019 event-exclusive color version. As you all know, I'm a big fan of SH Monsterarts. I love the articulation, paint, sculpt, they're amazing. Absolutely love them. But on the topic of things that I love, we need to address this box art. This box art was illustrated by Shinji Nishikawa, and it's one of the best boxes, if not the best box, in the line. I know it's very silly to praise a box when we're talking about a figure here, but I believe this art is worthy of that recognition. Now let's go on to the side here. You're gonna see that we have the SH Monsterarts Godzilla, same information as the front, with the Monsterverse logo being a bit more prominent and a beautiful shot of Godzilla's wraparound tail from the art. Now on the back, we actually have a windowed view of the figure and some promotional art. Now if you take a look here, you can see some of the painted dorsal fins that I really like on this figure. I think it's really great that we get a window view again. I really can't say too much more about it, so let's move on. Here on the other side of the figure, we can get a nice front view of the event Godzilla that's inside. Then back around to the front, and up top we just get pretty much the same information and a nice sunroof, if you will, for the box, which I think is really creative. Now moving on to the bottom, we can see our usual legal mumbo jumbo, as well as a very nice shot of the figure alongside of the name of the figure. Unfortunately, I had quite a few scuff marks on the bottom, not quite sure where those came from. You can see a bit of the damage there in the corner. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with the way it came. Could have been much worse. Now, let's get on to the main event, the figure, and the contents within the box. Really excited to see this one. I've waited a long time. Now, within the box you can see that we get the figure itself, the usual instructions that have been the same for every other Godzilla 2019, and we get a lovely little printout of the box illustration, once again by Shinji Nishikawa. First up, let's take a little look at that. Now, I have to say that I'm not entirely thrilled with the material it's made out of. I would have preferred something a bit more firm and not as bendable. It feels very cardboardy, but again, for what it's worth, I think it's not bad. Could have just been better. Now moving on to the back, we have SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2019 event exclusive color version and the Monsterverse logo. Nothing too spectacular there. But obviously, who would want the backside when you have that beautifully illustrated front side? Now if we continue on, we are going to be moving on to the figure, which is of course our main event. Now, admittedly, I have to put a bit of a disclosure that I'm not too proud to say. This figure is not done justice on any digital screen that I've seen thus far. My cameras and lighting equipment can't exactly replicate what this figure really looks like in hand, and I know that's a shame coming from a video that's meant to inform you on the quality of the figure and what's good and bad about it. As hypocritical as this may sound, I genuinely can't describe how good it looks in person. I've heard this from multiple other people, but here's the front look, and I love it. I'm not one who's really into repaints, but I love the white additions to the dorsal plates. I think that looks amazing. Moving down the tail, you can see that it kind of continues and then fades out with the white tips, I suppose. Now, I just really can't explain why it looks so different on camera versus in hand. I've heard this from other collectors, and the reason I bought the figure, the Articulation series. They got their figure in early, and they took such beautiful promo images, they got me to buy one. And again, as someone who didn't like repaints, I had to take their word and say that it looked better in person. And I can't lie. Thomas G, you got me on this one. You got me to buy 4 of what are essentially the same figure, with different paint jobs made out of different plastics. I don't know whether to be ashamed or proud of what this line has become, but at least in terms of this figure, I'm really happy with it. Now, thankfully I didn't get any of the QC issues that are evident on a lot of other people's, and even some of my own 2019 figures. My poster version 2019 figure has this massive gap in one of his shins, and it really hinders the articulation, so I could never really use it for stop motion due to that fact. But I will say that this figure would make a nice substitute. Now, moving down to the tail and the lower parts of the body, you can tend to see some of the issues that most people have with the Godzilla 2019 mold from SH Monsterarts, such as the thigh gap, but I don't think it matters. Everything else about the figure is the same. Articulation still allows you to get great head movement. Accessories are still the same. I would have at least liked a remold of this. I do appreciate that it is a significantly darker blue than the other pieces we've gotten for the MonsterVerse Godzilla, but I really don't know what I was expecting. Maybe something. I can't really say I'm disappointed because it is what I was expecting. I really don't know what to say. I just would have appreciated a little bit more. Obviously we got the art print, but you can't necessarily consider that an accessory. And then again, we get the jaw piece that they expect you to tear out Godzilla's jaw and use it to hold the beam up, even though in my experience it's really difficult to actually get it to hold the beam up, but I'll admit that when it does work, it actually looks really, really good. That being said, I'm really running out of things to say for this figure, other than it looks beautiful in person, and that's a bit of a wonky pose. Let's fix that. There we go. It looks beautiful in person. I would highly recommend it. In terms of the existing SH Monsterarts Godzilla's 2019, I would honestly put it ahead of the Burning Godzilla in terms of just how good it looks. Right under the original, though. The original is still my favorite of the four, with the poster color version being on bottom due to the QC issues I've encountered with it, and Burning Godzilla being third for no reason other than I just like the color blue. With that being said, we are going to be moving on to some size comparisons, and obviously this is the same as all the other 2019 figures in terms of size, but I think it's still important to show it, as I've never really done one before, at least for my unboxings, because this is the first one that I'm editing. So if you like what I do here, please feel free to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at SH Monsterarts. I would appreciate it a lot, and your support helps me feel motivated to keep pumping out content like this. I will be doing unboxing and reviews on the SH Monsterarts 2001 repaint, the Atomic Blast version, and the Biollante special color version once they arrive. Now moving on to the size comparisons. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is a shameless plug. If you already follow me on Instagram, feel free to click off. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should totally go over there. Right now, leading up to Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm watching every Godzilla movie ever made. Even the bad ones. But, on top of that, I have figure photography, 2 memes if you're into those, and a whole lot that this YouTube channel has never seen. So whether you're only on Instagram or you're only on YouTube, you're missing out on the other half of the content that I make. Although I will admit, I'm much more frequent on Instagram. Love these shots, by the way. So please, feel free. My DMs are open if you want to talk kaiju junk, or if you need help with anything. Love you guys. Thank you so much. SH Monsterarts, out.